As on the day before Halloween, we'll see the Chiefs play host to their AFC West rivals, the Broncos.
And wasn't it just a couple years ago? Those two played a night game that was won by the Broncos on a fumble return with like 20 seconds to go.
Absolutely, that was a thriller. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And that is incomplete. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
And a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
Here's Carson. And now look at him go. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 76 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And this is their third drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up? Officially
no gain on the play, and it's second down. So a little educational piece. I know a lot of people here, 3-4, 4-3, etc. Take us through the 4-3, Charles.
Okay, 4-3. 4 down defensive linemen, usually 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends. Behind them, the 3 those are the linebackers. The middle linebacker, often known as the Mike, with 2 outside linebackers, the Sam and the Will. There's your 4-3.
Sam on the strong side, Will on the weak side. Faking the give. Now Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
It's Miller. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that's the nicest thing he called me.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Here's Wilson to throw. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Now it's Carson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Now it's Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well. So now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
Let's go! Flex round!
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Sheldon Richardson able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on 3rd down. Watson trying to get his guys moving. Here's Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas.
Well, it's third down. You're in a tight game in the loudest stadium in the NFL, and it's enough to rattle even the most seasoned of quarterbacks. And here, it looks like he's not quite on the same page as his receiver. This will wind up a turnover.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's a handoff to Carson to begin the drive. And he'll work his way forward up to the 22. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Here we go, Ohio!
Out of the gun, Watson. Hard throw, incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll toss it out to Carson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jadeveon Clowney with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Ellington now to return it. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them then on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Kind of running there at your own risk against that 4-3 and that big line, aren't you?
Yeah, and I don't really run it against a good 4-3 team that well because I've got to get those guys on the move a little bit. If you're a static running team, meaning you just want to run it in the middle, you may have some trouble against good defensive tackles. That's what we just saw on that play. No gain.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Here we go.
Watson now to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And that is incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Got it. 14.
Now Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Clock showing 90 seconds to go in the 3rd. They'll begin the drive with Carson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Now a handoff looking right. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back near the 48-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got some space here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. Wilson. He'll set up the screen to Lacy. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. All right, so this one's now back within a field goal. And if anybody tells you they see how this one's going to end, I'd have to say they're probably lying, Charles.
And this game's had more twists and turns than a good miss.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back. Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now it's Watson. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he finds his man Griffin. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him 9 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Miller. And, oh, a big collision there. He's hit and knocked backward right at the line of scrimmage. And this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now just 3 seconds before the 2-minute warning, they're going to call a timeout here defensively. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Check 4, check
4. Again, it's Miller. Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Lacey gets the handoff from Wilson. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And able to find Graham. Complete. Give him 27 yards that time. And it'll give the Seahawks a 1st down.
Oh, that's a big pickup right there. That play might have saved them. Now they got to get up to the line of scrimmage quick. They've got to spike it.
Back to throw. And, oh, a a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Joseph. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Let's go.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Houston, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Seattle, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the Washington Redskins. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.